Hey everybody, welcome back to Ravenstead. It's time for another build. Got another tile in the Hidden Valley series. This is tile number 12. And we're continuing to go up in elevation. I'm going to use a craft knife here. I don't cut myself, so don't worry about that. Just going to trim in these two layers to match its neighboring tile. I cut those out with a hot wire cutter. I don't really care for that texture too much. It's a good way of removing a lot of material. But I'm going to go in with the knife here and just kind of change that texture a little bit. There we go. Now I'm just going to mark out where the two layers overlap. I want to preserve those factory surfaces for gluing later. Do a little texturing here with a brass brush. A little bit more trim work here. And then go over it with a balled up piece of aluminum foil. That'll give us a nice rocky texture. Break up those factory edges a little bit. So a little bit of hot glue, kind of wiggle that around to get the glue to spread out a little bit, and that's stuck down. And then I added a couple of deck screws into the bottom. That just gives it a little bit of weight. There we go, pretty good matchup. So we're going to continue the catwalk from the previous tile up into this one. I wanted this one to kind of turn. Since this is the edge, I wanted it to turn inward, and then we're going to go up with the next row of tiles even higher, so that catwalk will probably continue uphill. Had a pretty heavy session in the forge today. I was hammering a lot, so I got the shakes. Sorry about that. Yeah, just keep on getting it. There we go. Plank that platform up. Need a little ramp in there too, so I'll build that in. And then we'll black bomb this piece out. It wasn't too hard to get under that platform. I did think about it while I was building it, whether I should paint in there or not, but it was pretty open, so I just kind of kept on getting it. Get a good coat of that all over, and then we'll start our dry brushing. First a dark gray, and then a medium gray. Then go over the wooden parts with a little bit of medium brown. And it's okay if you hit other areas. Just match your palette up so that all the colors kind of blend together. Light brown there, continuing to highlight and create those shadows. A little bit of touch of green here and there, very light on that. Just give it a little mossy look. And then some light tan. That really picks out the high spots. Gives you a lot of depth and shadow. Then we'll go over this piece with some washes. The first one is a burnt umber acrylic ink wash. That's mixed with water, about 50-50. That goes over the whole piece, everything. So that kind of mutes everything down and blends all the colors together. And I've got a little bit of green wash here. That's just a bright green acrylic paint mixed with water. That'll probably be our rotten plank there. A little bit of Vallejo rust wash straight out of the bottle. I'm just going to sprinkle that right on the piece. For those of you that haven't seen some of my previous videos, I do a wet on wet technique here and just kind of blend the colors in on the piece as it were a palette. I'm going to paint in some PVA glue and then we'll start flocking this piece. Yeah, that's definitely going to be our rotten plank there. That's a little ongoing joke we've got. Some fine flocking, and we'll knock off the excess, and then we'll start building up our textures. I've intentionally left a few areas open, and I'll just paint in a little bit more glue, and then go in with a mixture of ground up preserved moss and yellow flower flocking. We'll keep building those textures. We'll go in with a little bit of watered down PVA glue, about 50-50 with water, and then sprinkle on some medium flocking. Give that a little bit of press down so it sticks. Tap off the excess. Once that glue dries, you really won't see those white halos where the flocking is wet. Put in a few bushes here and there, a little bit of clump foliage I had a little spot right there where I missed paint, so it was just completely black. So just add a little bush in there. You can cover our mistakes. A little bit of lichen here and there. Got those glue strings. Got to pick those off. I thought we needed one more bush in here. I got a nice piece of lichen. It had a really fine texture to it. It's pretty big in scale. So we're just going to put that right in there. Perfect. Give our critters somewhere to hide. I'll go ahead and spin this piece for you and get a closer look. This is tile number 12 of the Hidden Valley series. There's the rotten plank, looking all precarious. So try and keep in mind while I'm building these for places for miniatures. So we'll use this on the table for gaming. There it is with its neighbor tile. I'll give you a few more pictures to look at. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.